What is up, guys? How are we doing today? We're back. It's been, I don't even know how long. When was the last time I uploaded a podcast? 3 years ago? Yeah, and never expected these podcasts to be flight analogy, you know, using flight analogies, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, let's talk about where I've been, what's going on, what's the state of the podcast. This podcast has been like a passion project of mine, something that I've been working on since I don't know, since I started like, there is another version of this podcast called Crazy or Stupid Podcast, which I didn't like the way that was because I felt like episodes were limited on that with that title because I wanted more to talk about like stuff that happened in my life and the decisions that I made. Were they crazy decisions or were they stupid decisions? With this, I believe I talked about last time. I should have went and listened, but I didn't because I'm dumb. With this podcast, I believe I told you guys, like I said, kitchen table was somewhere that my family and I would always gather and we would talk about what was going on in life, and that's kind of what I want for this podcast. Is it to be something where we talk about stuff, talk about everything, and I want to have guests and all that stuff. So that's what this is. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's what this is. So yeah, and I'm gonna be trying to make this as uncut as possible. I don't want to have like a bajillion cuts. That was the other problem in the first set of podcasts. Like I did like 2 episodes. They didn't get nearly as many views as you guys have given me, which is sick. So yeah, and yeah, I love doing podcasts. I love talking. Maybe not everybody else loves that about me, but I love to talk. I've got a few ideas for some guests. I got a bunch of ideas. I think I still have it somewhere. Let me look at my phone here. Um, I have a list of podcast ideas. I do still have it. Um, yeah, so this episode is going to be called Reaching Altitude. Um, because, you know, flight analogy. So I guess, like, that means when I officially end this podcast, whenever, the last episode needs to be called Landing, I guess. I don't know. That's just what I think. But I'm so glad I have all of these ideas still with me. And I am looking at them, and a lot of them are because, like, they could be videos. I do YouTube, like, not full time. I don't get paid for it, but I do it full time. I do daily vlogs. If you guys are aware of that, I do daily vlogs on youtube.com/starvlogs. And I've been doing that for 10 years now. And so, you know, let's talk about why I vlog. We'll talk about other things. Like, I got a bunch of stuff I got a bunch of ideas, so yeah, I don't know why I have a couple of these, but I do, so we're gonna make it work. That's all I know. So what's been happening in the meantime since I uploaded the last podcast, which was September 17th, 2021. Lots has happened since then. Um, and I will be honest with you guys, I did record one episode, but I deleted it because, like, things happened, didn't want to talk about certain things in there, so, yeah, we deleted it. I am sorry. Um, so, yeah, things have happened. I'm not going to discuss everything that I originally had discussed in that original second episode. I don't even have that episode anymore. If I could find it, that'd be amazing, but I can't. Also, by the way, I am a little bit sick. I have a little bit of a cold today. Woke up this morning, didn't feel very good. Thought I had COVID. Don't have COVID. I'm happy about that. Um, by the way, guys, you guys know you guys can get free tests. You can get 4 free tests from USPS.com. I will maybe put the link down below. I don't know. Is that legal? Is that legal? Can I do that? I don't know if I can do that. Anyway, I'm excited about a lot of things coming up in the future. I'm working on another channel. which I'm gonna be doing a lot of today and tomorrow, and maybe next week. And I'm gonna have a lot of time to work on that because one of the things that happened in the last 3 years is I wrecked my car, crashed my car, and yeah, crashed my car at the beginning of last month into January. In January, at work of all places, and yeah, that was not fun. So wrecked my car. It was totaled, and I don't have a car right now. My rental went up. It's been a hell of a time trying to get this money back from the insurance company. Just mistake after stupid things going on. So that's one thing that's happened in my life. Very thankful right now that I have an amazing girlfriend um, who is there for me. And like today, I have to use a car because I have to go to work for like 15 minutes, literally 15 minutes. So agitated by that. Um, but it happens. But not agitated that I have to go to work because obviously it's money. Agitated in the fact that I don't have a car and I have to borrow my girlfriend's car, and that just it puts me in a time crunch. That's the only issue because I have to be back by 11 something. So yeah, that's the only issue right now that we're facing. But onwards and forwards. Um, I did pick out a new car. I'm potentially gonna go get it the third. Yeah, the third. As you're watching this, third. It's a Nissan Pathfinder, which is whatevs. Uh, it's not exactly what I wanted, but it's what I need for the time being to save up for another car in the future and all that good stuff. I'm gonna increase my gain a little bit here. Why is my gain at negative? We're learning. We are learning, people. There we go. Sorry if it got a little bit louder. I apologize. Um, but yeah, I went to one dealership. There was a car that I really, really, really liked. It was a Ford Explorer, um, limited edition, or limited trim, not limited edition, limited trim, with everything that I wanted except for like one or two things, which whatever, I can deal without those. Um, but unfortunately, see now I'm peaking. Oh my gosh. We'll go back down to like -3. Okay, there we go. So, really like this car. I test drove it a few times. Really, 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 really liked it. And then, unfortunately for me, this car dealership wanted like $545 a month, I think it was, and I'm just like, no. When I came in here a week ago, I told you guys I wanted the payments to be under $300. And they're like, okay, yeah, for sure. Like, and what agitates me the most about this is that they just they took advantage of me, for one. Let's just be honest. You know, maybe not took advantage of me, but if you know that you're gonna have an additional X amount of dollars on a car for tax, titles, and license, let me know about that before. And like when I tell you how much I'm putting down, all that good stuff, let me know that it's still gonna be probably not in my price range. Like I said, I had a price range of $300 strictly because this was not something I was planning on doing. I was not planning on having to buy a new car this year. So when I crashed my car, I was very, very nervous to tell anybody that I crashed my car because I am one who jokes about buying a new car. Like I'll tell my mom or whatever, my girlfriend, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy a Tesla soon. Like there's a Tesla for sale, you know, at this dealership. I'm gonna buy it soon. And I was just so nervous. Like I'll give you this is the timeline of what happened. I get to work. I get there super early, and when I get there super early, I have this spot that I go to, and I park in this certain spot. I sit there and I will listen to a podcast. I'll listen to music. I will call my girlfriend, whatever it may be, and I will just chill. So I went to go park in this spot. Well, it had snowed and iced and stuff the night before, and my work is fairly great, really great, honestly, about putting salt and stuff out. I hear a dog barking. That's why I paused. They're really good about putting salt and, plowing and all that stuff. So, maybe my fault for assuming, but I went to go pull into this spot, and my car slid on the ice and into a light pole. Now, I assumed that this light pole, like, when I drove, because I was like, I gotta get out of here. When I drove, it literally just sounded like a scratch. I was like, okay, I have a big scratch in my car. Probably can fix that. Probably. That was not possible. I'll spoil that for you guys. So I start driving, and I go to my spot. I get out of my car, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is not just a scratch. The entire right side of my car was, like, the front was peeled back. It looked like one of those old, like, tuna cans. That's what it looked like to me. So, yeah, that was fun. That was really, really, really fun. Sarcasm, people, sarcasm. So, yeah, I wrecked my car, and then the insurance took a while to get a new one. Um, so now I just have all this time on my hands, because now I don't have a car, so I'm going to start working on that other project, which is going to be starting to be available on the Super Bowl during halftime. If you guys know me, maybe you know what I'm talking about. I don't know. Maybe not. But, moving forward from that stuff, let's talk about some stuff that I want to talk about on the podcast. I am thinking about sometime in the future. I haven't decided yet. I don't know how I want to do this. But I would like to do wrestling reviews. So, we are coming up on WrestleMania. We have 70 days until... No, it's not 70 anymore. It's like 60-something days until WrestleMania. As we speak. So what I would like to do is maybe do 2 podcasts a week, leading into the 40 days until WrestleMania. And I will literally just press play on WrestleMania 1 and watch it and give my commentary. So, if you guys like that idea, let me know. Let me know. Also, the first match in WrestleMania history was Tito Santana versus the Executioner. I don't know if you guys know that. I know that because I'm crazy. So, that's something that I want to do. I was going to do that on my other channel, but I don't know. Like, to me, it's something, again, like, I'm trying to stick to the lines of kitchen table stuff. Like, this is happening at my kitchen table. So, in a sense, like, that is stuff that I would talk about my family with, was wrestling. So I could do it. Like, I think we should do it. Like, watch, the way my camera and stuff is set up, like, literally watch WrestleMania, or not my camera, my computer. Watch WrestleMania. Give my thoughts and my commentary on it. Like, just do that, like, and have that every day, like, until, we're done, I guess. We're done with WrestleMania, 40, and then, the year before, that's something, like, that's the thing, like, I feel like every year I'm going to have to pick a pay-per-view to do that for, because you don't want to rewatch like, I guess you could, because some people love, like, WrestleMania 17, some people love WrestleMania 18, I love WrestleMania 23 and 34, because I was there. So, yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. We will maybe do that, like, an additional podcast. I am working on setting up a Patreon for this as well. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. Would you guys be interested in that? If you guys would be interested in that, leave a comment below or write a review. I don't know how this is going to go, because since I last did a podcast, Spotify has acquired Anchor, which is the way I was uploading my podcast. So, yeah, I don't know. I wanted to see something too on this other video. Let me just... How did I do tags and whatnot? Okay, I didn't really do... Okay. Interesting. Okay. So one thing that I do have to do is, remake all the assets for the podcast, because they somehow got deleted. I don't know why. I didn't think I deleted them, but I guess I deleted them, so that stinks. So I gotta remake, so if the photo looks a lot different than what you guys have seen before. That's my fault. So I am gonna keep this in season 1. I am gonna try to do seasons are going to be probably a year. It's my thought. I think that's how they work on Apple Podcasts and stuff. Is that they are up for a year, or they do a year. So yeah, I'm really starting to warm up to this idea of the WrestleMania thing. Like, I thought about doing it on my other channel, like my Lucas Star channel, like watching it, but I don't know. I think like doing it on here, that would be really fun. It's not like I can put the footage in here or on any YouTube video. Like maybe Patreon, I can do that. I don't know how that works, but um, yeah, I think that's what we should do, guys. I think that's what we should do. It will be like bonus pod every. I guess we couldn't do week, but because you'd have to upload a podcast every day. Huh. How many weeks are until WrestleMania? Is there somehow, if there's magically 40 weeks until WrestleMania, then like that would be perfect. But obviously there's not because, duh, Lucas. Sometimes I don't think before I speak. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. So let's do WrestleMania. When is WrestleMania? I don't even know when WrestleMania is. I love wrestling, by the way. April 6th and April 7th. Okay. So we have how many days until 6? 65 days until WrestleMania at this time. So that might have to be that might have to be a Lucas Star channel thing because I don't want to upload a podcast every day. That I think about it, like that's gonna be crazy. Um, unless I do it like YouTube exclusive podcast, and then like still have the weekly, episode 3, episode 4, episode 5. It's kind of a deal leading into that. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do this every week. I'm starting at February 1st. I'm like literally. It's February 1st. It's 7:45 in the morning. I'm gonna record this and probably try to get it up today. Maybe. Do I want to do it Thursdays though? That's kind of a weird. No, we'll do it Thursday. We'll do it Thursday. Um, Upload it Thursday, and then go from there. Yeah, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. We'll upload it on Thursdays today, so it'll go up today. Like I will literally like finish filming this or recording this, and then I will upload it. Also, just to let you guys know, I will be upgrading after the 5th episode. I will be upgrading. I want to do. I have guests in mind, and I just gotta like schedule it. Because I want to have the guests when I can have video, which I am planning on implementing video here soon. It's just gonna take a little bit. That's all. And I want to do the podcast like with guests when I can have video. I already have one person set up. I have another person that I would like to talk to. Which the 2 people that I have lined up, those podcasts could be like hours long. And then the other person that I have an idea for, it could be hours long as well. So these podcasts are going to be pretty crazy. I know this episode is only 18 minutes because I literally was just like last night at 1 in the morning. I was like, I need to bring the podcast back. Like I love doing it, and I think I could have a lot of cool ideas for you guys. As far as guest and episode ideas, and I gotta figure out about that WrestleMania thing, which I might record today. I might record WrestleMania 1 and 2 today, and I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do that. I guess I could just do my webcam. I don't know. That's an option. Anyway, onwards and forwards from that. Like, no, not like. Let's back up a little bit. Hold on, let's back up. So for this WrestleMania thing, I know I keep talking about it. I think it'd be cool, like, to film it. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like more like thinking about it. I'd have to like batch film. That's the only problem, is because like I'd have to do like 2 a day or 2 every other day. 2 a day actually, maybe 3 a day. Get those edited, and then like watch another one. Like that's how it's gonna have to be, I think. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Um, can you call it a watch along? So many questions. I gotta just do this. I think that's what I have to do. I just have to do it. Do WrestleMania 1, upload that 40 days before WrestleMania. I could probably record like all the way to WrestleMania 20, I feel like, halfway through. Um, and then just do a watch along on Twitch or something. Maybe that's what I do. Maybe that's what I do. So many ideas, you guys. We are reaching altitude with this podcast, that is for sure. Um, I have a lot to do. It is 7:48 in the morning. I have a lot to do still this morning, so I am going to cut this podcast. Hopefully, next week's episode will be a little bit more gathered up and thought out and stuff like that. And we'll see what happens. I know this was a lot of talking about what I'm going to do in the future, but hey, what can you say, right? Thank you guys so much for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. If you did, be sure to like. If you're watching this on YouTube, comment, subscribe. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or whatever else there is, follow, heart. I don't know how you do that anymore. It was great reaching altitude with you guys. Thank you so much again for listening. And I will see you guys next week.